The aim, a rebellion against the political, economic, and social structure of the modern world in time to avert the worst devastation outlined by scientists studying climate change. So what's next? Economic growth tends to require the taking of resources from the earth. So something has to change on a debt-based economy, said Brad Brook, sitting in the group's central London headquarters next to a coffin with "Our Future" written on the side. That would entail a mass refusal to pay off mortgages and student loans, she said. Debt resistance groups in Britain, the United States and elsewhere argue that refusing to pay debts would spark discussion about alternatives to the global economic system. The group is backed by hundreds of researchers and scientists who fear that most people are unaware of the scale of the risks posed by accelerating environmental breakdown. It is a revolt against the extinction of species, including, the group says, our own. It made a declaration of rebellion against the British government outside Parliament in October. "I want the system to change, so I think you could call that a revolution," said Brad Brook, who graduated top in her year in chemistry at university before doing a molecular biophysics PhD. With peaceful stunts, such as blocking Oxford Circus and Waterloo Bridge and stopping traffic outside the Bank of England, the group has garnered massive publicity. Police said 1,130 arrests had been made since the main protests began. A picture of a semi-nude protest in Parliament went viral. One activist glued her breasts to the road outside Goldman Sachs' European headquarters on Fleet Street. London Police Chief Cressida Dick said she had never seen a protest like this during her 36-year career. Brad Brook said protesters also plan to disrupt other British cities. "Life on Earth unfurled across a wall" is a banner that reads "No Brexit on a dead planet." The big goal, and it sounds crazy, is to save as much life on Earth as possible, Brad Brook said. So that's not been achieved yet. The group is inspired by a variety of figures, from Nelson Mandela and India's Vandana Shiva to Vietnamese Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh and Austrian Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl. Brad Brook, once a girless SWAT par excellence, said Extinction Rebellion was also partly inspired by the clarity she gained taking psychedelic substances including iboga and ayahuasca, both powerful hallucinogens, in Costa Rica in 2016. "The experience," she wrote, "rewired her brain. She returned to the UK, left her husband and, with a handful of others, founded the movement that became Extinction Rebellion." The group has been criticized as largely middle class, but Brad Brook's father worked at a coal mine in northern England. She lives with her two sons in Stroud, a picturesque town in southwest England with a reputation for New Age activities. Asked about the future, however, Brad Brook was more somber, describing herself as about as optimistic as a person could be who also understands the science. "Has it landed with you that your kids probably won't have enough food to eat in a few years' time?" she asked. She said a climate catastrophe was coming and food security, not civil disobedience, should really be our main priority. She added, with more hope, "I do have this belief in humanity. It's time to stop as a human species and say, it's not really working, folks. What else shall we do?"